Yeah, it's the team we have a lot of respect for. Mike's done a great job with them. Like most teams in our league, they've gone through their share of adversity, but they're playing good basketball right now. Last game out, it's a one-possession game with Kansas with about 10 minutes left. They're good enough to beat everybody in our league. I expect them to play great on Wednesday. Got a lot of pride in that program. We'll have to play well.
Start with that, Coach. How much different does this team look when Brandon has everything working on the offensive end?
Yeah, Brandon's one of our best players. Just like everybody else in this league, you need your best players to perform, especially as March nears. So when Brandon plays well, our team is that much better. It's not just about scoring. Brandon, he can impact the game in so many different ways because of his talent, his experience. And certainly, as he finds more consistency as the year goes on, our team can only improve.
Changes week to week, but what did you like from your team as a whole last week?
Trying to think of the whole week. We played at Oklahoma. What was the one before that?
West Virginia.
Yeah. I liked our poise this week, our composure. We played some of our best basketball against West Virginia, who plays a unique style. And then, with a couple of days practice, we performed well on the road. It's been a while since we won on the road. So hard to do in this league. But I thought for the most part we controlled that game for 40 minutes. It's nice to see this late in the season.
Coach, with you guys releasing the statement about Kayvon earlier today, how has he been during this whole process?
What do you mean?
Just, I know he tweeted something about him being healthy, trying to get back on the court, and just when he's not fully in the game. So how's he been during adjusting?
Yeah, in my opinion, Kayvon's been great.
The Oklahoma State and the guard play with Lindy Waters, I guess, what's the challenge of kind of slowing them down, especially when they get hot like they did last year when you guys went to Stillwater?
Yeah, they're a good team. They've got two of the best shooters, if not the best shooters in the Big 12. Isaac's playing as good as any young player in the country. He's, on my ballot for freshman of the year in the Big 12. He's been really consistent. They just got a good team. McGriff's one of the best athletes, if not the best athlete in the Big 12, and their big players getting just a lot better, maybe the most improved player in the league. So all sorts of challenges with Oklahoma State. I have a lot of respect for Mike. They're really good. They're right there. They've been competitive in any Big 12 game. They're 2 or 3 game winning streak, from being back in the fight. So we have a lot of respect for their program. We expect them to play great on Wednesday. We'll have to play well to be in the game.
I know I asked Norris this, but what's been your perspective on you guys rebounding the last couple of games, especially with the way he's been doing it and kind of taking charge of it?
Well, Norris has had some dominant minutes in the last 2 games. At times in the West Virginia game and times in the Oklahoma game, he was controlling the boards on the defensive end for us. I've always thought that of his game. Simply stated, he's one of the best players in the Big 12. Then offensively, he's been rebounding the ball, and that just gives us extra possessions. Huge play at the end of the first half at Oklahoma to extend the lead into double digits with the putback. So Norris seems to be playing his best basketball when it matters most.
Just going back to Kayvon, is he going to be traveling with y'all, or is he going to just be rehabbing?
No, I think the press release said that, he's not going to be playing in games.
Coach, do you feel like your team is starting to hit their stride a little bit as they get through the second half of a Big 12 play and playing their best basketball at this point?
I don't think so. I think it's too early to say that. Hitting stride, playing our best basketball. It's just all about consistency. And, in this league, you're trying to get a little bit better every day. We've been fortunate. I think we've won, 4 of our last 5 or so. But we're still a long ways from where we want to be. We're continuing just to be striving for consistency with all our individual players, trying to play their best as well as our team.
Coach, this Oklahoma State team hasn't had the best year. What do you tell your guys to make sure they don't underestimate this team?
Yeah, as Big 12, 4 seniors, we're trying to play for a championship. We're not underestimating anyone.